The space to dive over under the posts.
Gordon Simpson qualifies. His mother's father was from Glasgow, played 30 games for Wellington in the Interprovincial Championship and the Wellington Hurricanes in the Super 12. Tough, gritty performer. Taking over from Eric Peters at number 8 because of Peters' injury. Logan's on target again, and Scotland lead 24-6 with half an hour gone.
Here we see the scrum once again. A good hook from Bullock there. Just out of shot, it was just George Graham who burrowed in, turned that scrum a little bit, and there's Simpson with a step off his right, beats the tackle of Aguirre and dots the ball down beside the post there.
Hodge Pountney getting a little bit of attention in the middle of the Uruguayan half, so Scotland effectively down to 14 men. Simpson straight back into the action, catching the kick-off and carrying it up. George Graham. Enjoying a real Indian summer. Graham winning his 10th cap, wasn't capped until he was 30. Another one who went to rugby league. He played rugby league for Carlisle. Simpson, Armstrong, hands off one man, and away goes Kenny Logan. Out to Armstrong, but Metcalf it is who gets in there and takes it first. He gets over and the try's given. Protests. Vecino is saying it was a double movement and is imploring the touch judge to step in and disallow the try. He's having none of it, and Glenn Metcalf scores his second try for Scotland.
Well, wonderful running here. Armstrong breaks the tackle. Could have fed earlier, but look at the support running here from Kenny Logan. He takes the ball inside, then throws the ball outside. Metcalf takes, steps inside, and has the power and the strength to go over the line in the corner.
Yeah, I think that was a good try. No problems there. It wasn't a second movement. He's allowed, when he's tackled, to do something immediately, and that includes placing the ball, and that's what he did.
Yeah, just earlier in that shot, it looked as though Kenny Logan may have thrown the pass forward to Metcalf, and that was where the Uruguayans were complaining.
Glenn Metcalf, another one of the kilted Kiwis, born in Auckland, playing his 9th consecutive test. Oh, it's a good kick, but it's just going to fade to the left of the posts. So it stays 29 to Scotland, 6 to Uruguay.
Good break here from Armstrong. He's got great power there. Look at the support from Logan, trying to support him. He calls. You can hear the communication almost from that replay. Gives a good pass overhead to the supporter Metcalf, who has the awareness of to actually hand off Armstrong first of all, but good strength to get to the corner.
Yeah, you were saying this one's mine. You've already had a try, Gary. I'm going to grab one. Scott Murray seems to have picked up where he left off last season. He had a terrific season last season. For me, was the player of the championship. Gregor Townsend, Cardoso. He hoists it high back, and Metcalf underneath it. Wide to Gary Armstrong, and there's wide open spaces out there. Back goes Costabile getting back to it, and the scrum is going to go Scotland's way.
Well, just coming out of shot here is Glenn Metcalf, who wraps up Costabile in the tackle, pulls his jersey off him actually, But it was great awareness, first of all, from Gary Armstrong, because Cardozo had taken the ball for Uruguay, thumped it, and it was Gary Armstrong, knowing the fullback was out of his 22, who found space there in the Uruguayan danger area.
Well, there are strict regulations on what padding you can wear, but as you see now, quite a lot of the rugby players wearing quite a bit of stuff underneath their jerseys. Jim Telfer closest to the camera, Ian McGeechan furthest away. Telfer, it's just he's going to retire as coach after the World Cup, and Ian McGeechan will take over. The two, of course, have worked so well in tandem, both for Scotland and for the British Lions. Obstruction against Scotland. We're down in the tunnel. We've got Jim Delahunt. Jim, over to you.
Thanks, John. We heard Gavin Hastings chatting to Jim Rosenthal in the studio before the match about the crowd. Well, we haven't got an official figure yet. It looks close to 10,000. But I was in the South African camp yesterday morning, and one or two of their players were suggesting that with the number of South African fans expected to arrive in Edinburgh tomorrow, the crowd for Sunday's game, South Africa-Spain, could even be bigger than that for this afternoon, Scotland-Uruguay. That would be interesting and also very worrying for Scottish rugby, given the comments of Jim Telfer yesterday. He's clearly rattled that there's not a big enough crowd here this afternoon.
Well, for once, the Uruguayans rattling the Scottish pack. A terrific drive from them. That's taken them all of 30 metres. Oh, and Scott Murray slowing that one down by getting in the way. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say that it wasn't deliberate, but it looked awfully like a professional foul to me. Big tackle there from Grimes. Penalty to the Uruguayans.
Well, the referee's saying holding in the tackle, so he's penalised actually Scotland from a previous infringement, so I don't think it was letting go of the player on the ground at the time.
Aguirre finds touch inside the Scottish 22. And Aguirre showing a little Latin temperament perhaps there. That didn't look as if he was in accord with his captain. Well, Scotland have lost that one that wasn't straight. Uruguay have only thrown the ball in twice, but they've won it. It's now 3 out of 3. Good drive off the side. Great drive from the Uruguayans. They're just 5 metres short. Trying to wriggle off the other way. And even little Chiara getting in there and pushing in the back of the maul. They're only a metre short now. On goes the drive again. Have they got over? And it's going to be a Uruguayan scrum. Great effort from the Uruguayans, Scott.
That was wonderful driving play. If you note their body positions, they were extremely low, extremely low. And Ormachea there, he is a powerhouse actually at number 8. The 40-year-old, okay, looking a bit out of breath, but well-drilled, controlled play from the line out.
And it was from the tight loose that he actually scored that first try for Uruguay in the World Cup against Spain. There you see the massive figure, number 3, Pablo Lamaine. 20.5 stones, which puts him right up there with Os Durant as the biggest man in the World Cup. Just a bit of attention. I know Bob Dwyer, the